confusion. You're as blue as the open sky. All these blues I can know why. I was really hoping why don't you and I get together like we can change the weather tonight.
Just Alrighty, good morning, Chad. Hope you guys are doing phenomenally well.
What's up, guys?
Yes,
How we doing?
You need a haircut, my dude. When are you going?
We do it 2 o'clock today.
I'm seeing that my barber, there's not a lot to cut every week. So at one stage, Chad, I think in the next 3 weeks I'll only have like a little piece here. He's starting to bring it up very, very high. So yeah, I don't know. I need to. I'm at a crossroads now. I need to either make it every 2 weeks, Miles, what do you rate? Every 2 weeks, or I just need to tell him, just keep a little bit on the top. Just give me something.
For me,
to
like
work
it's
with.
I don't know. It's I have to. Like I have to cut my hair every single week. But my thing is because my hair grows very quick, so I can already see by like Tuesday, the fade has left the building.
Before we start, I just want to formally thank Rooks for always being in the chat. So, my brother, I just want to let you know it does not go unseen. We really, really do appreciate it. I think you guys would have seen Rux is very active there in the chat. He's always posting. And just from myself and the rest of the team, we really appreciate it, my brother. So I just want to publicly acknowledge you for that. And for each and every member, we really do appreciate each and every one of you guys joining us daily. You don't have to be here, but you are. And that is great, Chad. We really appreciate it. So big shout out. And then also to Dylan Savage, exclamation prayer. That is the man behind the prayer wall, praying for each and every one of you guys. And yeah, big shout out to those guys and the wrenches as well. We appreciate each and every. Yeah, Rooks is honestly a machine. Absolute legend.
Can we invite the penguins over quickly?
Oh yeah.
So they can feel a bit moist in the office today. Yeah. No. Now it is.
The down part, right. Chad. But let's pray here. Is Juice here? I haven't seen Juice in a while. Can somebody just? Oh, Daisy. All right, Juice. We're gonna pray now, my brother. So, Father, we just want to thank you. We want to invite you into the session. We pray that you will be with us. We pray for wisdom, for insight. Father, we pray that it will be a blessed day. We pray that you will go with our families, our children, our parents, our close relatives as they go about their day. We pray for your edge of protection around them. Father, we pray for our cities, our communities, our country as a whole. And we just pray that your name will be glorified here today, Father. And we pray and ask you for your blessing. And we thank you that in your word you say that the plans that you have for us are plans to prosper us and not harm us, Father. And thank you that we can know that we are safely in your hand. And we pray this and we ask this not because we deserve it, because we are sinful of nature and we do not deserve your love and your kindness and your mercies. But you also say in your word, where sin abounds, grace abounds even more. And we thank you for that. And we pray this and we ask this in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And if you believe it, Chad, you can drop a big amen now.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, Chad, let me just bring this down a little bit. That downpipe on the aircon works, eh?
Definitely.
They put a stage 2 on it with the mapping. But Chad, let's get straight into it. Let's see what's cooking here. I believe there were some rate decisions out of Australia this morning. That was unemployment rate. So looking relatively solid there in Australia. So I don't know if it's all the South Africans there, but you don't have to be there. You can come back. We still love you. PPI coming out of the Eurozone, looking a little bit softer than expected. Then a little bit later, we've got initial jobless claims out of the US. We've got Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Survey. We've got Fed's Goolsbee speaking around about 25 to 5. Yeah, that is correct. And then we've got Fed's Bar speaking 9:30 tonight. So relatively flat day. Could be a tough day to if we don't have volume, or we could actually just follow from yesterday. But going on to the daily, beautiful dollar now, pulling back into that zone, closing bullish still. In all essence, we need to be still bullish on this, even though this is secondary market structure. We spoke about the potential pullback into that zone perfectly, the flat body area. If you did not know, I don't necessarily look at the wicks as much as the wicks are important as well. You'll always hear me talk about the flat body support or flat body resistance area. I'm looking at the close because that's where price closed, that's where price opened. All of this is noise to me. So looking at that, perfectly rejected that. And is this now the run to the downside? Are we going to start running? Are we going to break that structure? Was that a big enough pullback? I don't know yet, but we're going to see on the lower time frames. So that gap is still open, Chad. From that Sunday gap is still very much open and alive there. And yesterday we had quite a nice spike into that zone. Daily R1 rejecting, coming all the way down. But now we've got is that a gap? There's a tiny little gap there. So things are gapping up and down here. Very simple for me. I would actually love to see the dollar first rally the first part of London into New York, go and close that gap, or we're going to see some type of continuation here. But again, not setting up extremely well for the sells. So Asia lows, let's monitor Asia lows. Let's see what happens there. US 30 on the daily, we are squeezing tighter than one of those big girls you've hooked up with on a night out. We are squeezing pretty hard here, but no hate against any big girls. Big girls, you are beautiful. Who was that? What was the artist? Big girl, you are okay. Anyways, Chad,
I'm not involving myself in that.
Yeah, let me stop there. But Chad, we spoke big girls don't cry. Okay, Chad, we spoke about this the squeezing that we are currently looking at. So could today be the big breakout day for US 30? It could. Very, very flat body there. Very indecisive. I do think the next move is going to come about. It could be the US striking a deal with China on tariffs. But ultimately, what am I looking at? I'm neutral on the day. I'm going to basically look at what we're doing on the lower time frames. And what I like here is the 200s here. There's our Asia low area. So I'm going to say if we can start breaking above this zone, we could go bullish. Otherwise, we are going to basically come all the way down here. Miles, I'm just going to throw over to you quickly. I just need to give this to Kate. If you can continue there for me.
Do your thing. Right, guys, let's get straight into it. Gold tapping into all-time highs, man. This is crazy. This is something we actually spoke about yesterday. Actually, the whole week on stream was actually mentioning the fact of this daily range on gold, right? So if we jotted back to Tuesday's trade, these longs, we literally spoke about this range over here. Range lows to range highs. This is where price traded. So my idea is, since the beginning of the week, the price can obviously, once we tap into resistance, possibly break out. And that's what we actually ended up doing today. Is actually breaking that level of resistance, popping through that QP level of 29.50 as well. So throwing over to that 4 hour, we now have price actually trading above that QP level, not closing above that yet. So one thing that I want to identify, in order for me to look upon positions today for gold, we need to identify that the 4 hour is in a range, right? So the 4 hours in a range, let me just actually tighten this so you guys can see where exactly that that 4 hour resistance is.
Clash of the Titans.
So we actually closed above that. So that is the 4 hour actually starting to penetrate right through the resistance. But the issue for me is right now we have core tip up there, right? So I've got my 4 hour areas, which does look really good. But my 30-minute needs to retest, which it is currently doing right now. So my idea is this. With price now breaking through this level, I actually want to see, is it going to hold this level and continue driving, or is it going to use this as a fake out to get a lot of early buyers and then price to close back beneath? So this is going to be my primary today. So as much as we are overall bullish, we should be buying all that jazz, I want to see if we can get back beneath this level and start trading it down and identify this as a fake out, grabbing liquidity at your QP level of 29.50. Why is my quarter pip actually moved? I'll adjust that now. My quarter pip needs
It's
to
half a
be
pip
at,
now, not a quarter anymore.
needs to be at 29.50. As you know, quarter pip theory, increments of 25. So let's just adjust that. So this is the idea now, boys, and this is going to be my idea for gold this morning. I want to see how price is going to react with this level of support. If it's going to hold the support level, I'll look for continuation longs, but the longs need to happen above the quarter pip so I can use the wick as a wick fill into the current daily high. And then if that isn't the play, then a simple closure 15 or 30 minutes beneath the level, the retest, the hold of resistance, and price to then drive down. If we pop over to that 4 hour, all we are then seeing is a 4 hour play of consolidation. So where is this resistance to support play? We can look at that. So let's see how gold actually acts now throughout this session. But for me at the moment, this is going to be my aggressive buy area, but preferably above the QP level. So aggressive buyers will be there. Aggressive sells will be down here. I'm not going to lie, as much as we are bullish, all that jazz, as I mentioned, I do like the idea of price failing to hold the area, breaking beneath, and us shorting it out. That looks really, really good. Popping over to GJ, my main lady. Let's have a look at that weekly just so we can see and get an update of where we are in the week. So our idea for the week was that this support was holding. This was price accumulating volume for price to then tap in and continue driving. Now, the weekly is still open, but my idea is going to be that if we can start rejecting this area once again, I'll be looking for that longs off of 190 into 192.500. And on the contrary, if it actually holds beneath 190, the idea will then be for price to tap into 187.500. Popping into that 4 hourly. This is something that I mentioned with yesterday's trade, if I'm not mistaken. Before we took that gold longs, my idea was to see that if GJ can drive. But what always stood out for me was price never retested where this came from. I mean, here you got resistance. There you have price driving with a shallow retest. For those that trade fib levels, this will be your 38% area, if I'm not mistaken. Now price tapping into the area where liquidity is right now. So this is what I want to see. My 30 minute for me is still going to be bullish until it breaks those lows. Let's have a look see at that. Sorry, my 4 hour. Let's have a look see at my 30 minute. Because if I'm not mistaken, my 30 minutes should now be bearish. Yes, it is after breaking these lows there. So my 30 minute sentiment right now is bearish on the pair. Now, always remember that your 30 minute time frame is your initiating structure. So with that being said, 3v1. With that being said, primarily today on GJ, all I want to do is look for continuation. That's all I want to do. If I look at 30 minute, we have lows, we have lows, we have lows, we have lows, we have highs, right? What is price doing? Creating lower lows and lower highs. A simple 30/15. Well, in this case, we've got 10 minutes to open. So a simple closure beneath the level right there is going to make me want to short the pair, wait for the retest and the drive. You should have a relatively clean LTA on the left hand side. And also what you'll be doing is trading range. So range high to range low. There's your range high, here's your range low. So for me personally right now on GJ, I want to see price close beneath the level, and once it does that, I can look for my shorts. The only area that I can buy off of is 189.400. That stems off of the 4 hour idea that your 4 hour will be flipping bullish. Your 4 hour will grab liquidity for your 4 hour to then retest 190, which is a QP level, which it has not retested yet. So that's the idea behind my positions today, guys. Let me just show you guys exactly what I want to see. This is my no trade range right over there. This is my aggressive sell area. In this case, it's only going to be aggressive because it hasn't had its retest yet. And then this will be your aggressive buy area up here. If these E's can just actually change to what I want. So yeah, look, today is going to be one of those days where it's straightforward. We know what we want. We're going to wait for it. I like the gold styles. I'm not going to lie. Closure beneath the current daily low looks really good. So that's me on my rapid fire analysis. Over to you, Chris, as we await market open.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, my brother. US 30 jumping straight back into a chat. Asia lows. If we can hold back above it, could be a little bit of a bullish sign. Otherwise, on the daily, we spoke about that secondary range. I just want to refine this zone. A lot of support in that zone, that smaller zone there. So if we are going to start to break through this level, things could get a little bit spicier. But ideally, what I want to see is something like this. We just break below there, fake out, and then start making our way back inside. Otherwise, we could see a continuation. Similar to what I told 50cal yesterday, was that if we just look at the order flow here, we can clearly see that we are coming down. However, very overlapping. And when I talk about overlapping, it is just where the lows and the highs overlap. So I don't know if you see that. When I say overlapping, look at that low got overlapped by that pullback. And then the same, this low here got overlapped by that pullback. So this for me is corrective structure. It's not showing impulse. It's not showing trend. It's just showing that we are stepping to the downside. So that is what I'm looking at on US 30. NASDAQ, real quick on the daily. We've got about 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left. NASDAQ on the daily closing bearish yesterday. I actually expected a lot more from NASDAQ, but currently still holding that previous breakout zone here to the left, previous all-time high. A lot of rejection there. Currently trading below it. I'm still going to go with a neutral to bullish while we hold above. But I mentioned at the start of the week that we could potentially fake out back into the range. And looking on the lower time frames, that trade from yesterday actually played out a little bit of over management on my side. But NASDAQ now currently at Asia lows. EQ is all the way up there. So same thing for me. If we can hold above Asia lows and start creating some bullish order flow, we could go bullish. Otherwise, this thing can continue. Gold on the daily, very, very interesting for me. Very odd the way we open up, little to no bottom wick. We are still effectively bullish. Yesterday breaking out of this zone here. But now this little cluster of price action looks very, very similar to what we had previously here. I keep referring back to this little cluster of price action. But this didn't even have a bottom wick. So are we going to copy and paste what we had here? If you look at it, let me just quickly screen snip this again. Somebody's going to say Control S. No. Control Alt S. No. Okay. Beautiful. Windows S. No. No. Okay. Beautiful. I'll just show you guys quickly snipping tool. What is the shortcut? So it's window logo plus shift plus S. Okay, we've got it. Beautiful. So I want to just quickly highlight that little piece of price action. We spoke about it earlier in the week. And my question is, can we basically mirror what we did then? Not exactly the same. Not 100% exactly the same. But a lot of resemblance to what we had there. So if you look at what previously happened, that weak little bearish candle there, little to no bottom wick, started pumping higher. And if you look left here, same thing here. So that is what I am potentially expecting. We literally on stream. So that is what I'm looking at, 29.48. And if I look at the previous daily high, daily R1, Asia highs are tested. We don't have to come back there. So if we come back here again, things are going to start looking more bearish. But I'm looking at daily R1 and previous daily high. And then we've got the yearly R1. So 29.50. I think that was a level we discussed previously. Is gold at all-time highs again?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Broke it.
So for me personally, 29.50, that's going to be a major level to consider. If we can start holding above that, I would target these all-time highs again. Otherwise, if we start breaking back below the daily or one previous daily high, I could go for the shorts. But again, just highlighting that previous price action we had. GBP USD, very interesting. We are still basically in secondary market structure. We pulled back to this previous little zone here. Yesterday closing bearish. In all essence, we should technically be bearish on the day because we've got a confirmed resistance. We haven't broken out of it. Yesterday taking the previous 3 days highs and then closing bearish, which is a relatively bearish sign for me. Currently trading at the daily pivot, currently trading at that 12600. So I am going to lean towards the short side if we reject 12600 and if we start breaking back into the Asia range. I want to see price go lower. Again, not the cleanest chart, but the short idea is there. And then GJ absolutely getting smashed here yesterday and this morning. So I'm just gonna do this quickly. Looking left here with me. How much time do we have left? 2 minutes. That's enough time for us. So looking left here, we've got this previous little support area broke down. Then just looking at the order flow from these highs, we spoke about it as well. We can clearly see that the order flow is still down. The trend from December is still just going all the way down. We haven't really shifted. There's that 200 daily EMA that rejected. So now, in all essence, for me, today's daily range becomes this. This right here becomes my daily range. We are quite extended, 150 pips down already on the day. While we trade below the previous daily low, I'm going to remain bearish. And already this is showing me that we're trading below the daily S2. There's your 189.50. So the only way I can even remotely get bullish is if we start flipping this order flow from bearish to bullish. All right. So that is the idea that I've got here. And if we start holding back above the daily S2, I would like to look for a potential pullback play. Otherwise, I'm going to look for 189.50 to reject and continuation plays down to daily S3 and then ultimately 188. But Chad, that is my rapid fire analysis. We've got 40 seconds left. Okay. Beautiful. I just want to open up these markets and throw on my phone quickly. But it's not looking horrific. It's not looking horrific. Gold. Alright, Chad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad, markets are open and in motion. Favorite round of the week. This is round 7. Ding, 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 ding.
Round 1. Fight.
There we go.
Right, boys, markets is open. Bit of an indecision candle on that gold at that QP level. Oh shit, it's still on Chris's screen. Just check your charts with me. That gold still closing at that QP level. My idea is this, boys. If we can start closing back beneath the level of 29.45, I will definitely be keen on some shorts. Definitely seeing this start rejecting. Price getting back beneath that level, holding the area. As I said, this would have been price accumulating volume. Once price gets beneath, we'll then look to short it down to the current daily low. I think that will be absolutely stunning. Clean price chart, and we need to remember this as well. There is no bottom wick on that open of gold this morning, so that is something that we can come look to tap. which is how far is it? How far is it actually? That's about it's about 130 pips. So it is a bit of a way down, but I mean definitely the volume that we're seeing, it looks quite doable. GJ for me definitely need price to get out of this range. Once price can get out of that range for something like this, LTA, retest, drive, which will be your 4-hour retest as well, 4-hour flip as well, rejection of liquidity on the left hand side, that also looks very nice to continue driving. And then also if this taps and holds, I won't look for the shimmer down shorts from that point. I'll more so look for the break of that low, the retest and the drive. And then as I mentioned, you've got a beautiful LTA, actually really nice, really stunning LTA on the left hand side. So GJ is definitely looking much more cleaner than gold. It's just a matter of waiting for the closure next 12 minutes. Let's see if we can get a 15 close either above or below on GJ, and then take it from there. I see you got a Jojo tank there.
Yeah. We Jojo. Just bring your price tab to the right a little bit. It's gonna bother me. Yeah, just a little bit to the right. It's just sticking out. Perfect. Alrighty, Chad. Let's get stuck into it here. US 30. Currently there at Asia lows. Nasdaq also there. Gold, here we go. Gold show commencing here. So remember, we're going with that idea that today could be a breakaway to the upside. No bottom wick on this 15. I absolutely hate that, but we'll let gold simmer a bit. GBP USD currently at that 12600. Then GJ. Okay. Oh, GJ. Okay, gold's on drugs. What happened to Thirsty Chris Aquila? We've got a few, eh? Checker 6060 only allows 2 of each brand. So there's Thirsty, there's Aquila, there's Titsikama. So there's quite a we keep it keep a variety.
GJ starting to break those highs. Let's see, can we get a close above? I like it, man. I really like GJ's price action today. 30 looks good as well. I'll be fine with the 15 close. I don't have to wait for 30. 15 will be fine for me. Got a nearby support, not too far away. Yeah, it's not bad.
Just keep it to the right there. Yeah, more right.
Let me do this quickly. Hold on.
Chad, Hang Seng and Nikkei closing down over 1% respectively. So I need to actually check what the headlines are saying with Trump. I believe some type of deal was struck with China and tariffs. I'm actually making a little reel for that tomorrow. That will come out tomorrow, talking about that. Just mixing up the content a little bit. Reaction videos are nice, but we gotta keep the competition guessing. And while we wait, quickly looking at the trader spotlight. Let's quickly look at a trader highlight here. Currently 80 million, comfortably in first place, 138. JDFX 61.91%. New third place contender here, 41.48%. And anyone in the chat? So top 10, 3.8% gets you into the top 10. But currently 139% gets you first place. So I don't know who still has some bullets in the chamber. But if you do, time to use them. Acid stomach burns for years until I changed our drinking water to thirsty, which is more alkaline. Jordan, get your lady to use multi-force. Multi-force helps with the acidity as well, so I've got it there at home. Only sometimes use it. Hey, Lubabalo, Balo. Well done, well done. Alright, GU having its own plans here. I'm not going to go for the longs, not at all here. Gold, there's that wick full, done and dusted. There's the all-time highs again. Definitely looking a little bit risk off here this morning. Big question, however, is what is the dollar? Dollar absolutely getting crushed here. Just gonna throw on Miles' screen while I quickly check some headlines out here, Chad. Just want to see what happened last night. Let's just see what. Okay, this was 3 o'clock this morning. US President Donald Trump is making some repeated comments early Thursday as markets remain on a cautious footing. Key quotes: a new trade deal with China is possible. Greenland is needed from a point of security. Expect China's President Xi Jinping to visit. Looking at a 25% tariff for lumber and forest products. Going to resurrect a critical mineral deal with Ukraine. We can make a deal with Russia. Speaking to China on TikTok. Would not consider buying a plane from Airbus. Alright, so these are some of the comments coming out of Trump, keeping everyone guessing. Fed's Jefferson saying that central bank can take time on next interest rate decision. Philip Jefferson said late Wednesday the US central bank has time to weigh its next interest rate decision move, citing a robust economy and still above target inflation. Key quote says the Fed can take time when weighing the next monetary policy move. US economic performance has been quite strong. US monetary policy remains restrictive. The US labor market is solid and inflation has eased but is still elevated. Fed rate cuts are lowering real-world borrowing costs. Household balance sheets appear to be in good shape. The path back to 2% inflation could be bumpy. Some households are more stretched on the financial front. Some households may face challenges weathering financial shocks. Okay, those are some of the key headlines coming out yesterday morning. Nothing yet, Chad. I think Trump's comments putting everyone on a little bit of a chokehold. A little bit of a chokehold. Yeah, Chad, if you want, you can ask Miles in the chat to move his chart to the right, or you can just look at. So.
My bad, guys. My bad. My bad.
DAX analysis. Let's quickly look at DAX for you. Alrighty, DAX. Yesterday closing firmly bearish, little to no bottom wick. So this is an unconfirmed resistance there. And yeah, that is just one bearish engulfing candle. Could it be the start of a little bit of a deeper pullback? It could. Let's check the lower time frames. Lower time frames is looking like we want to come back into the Asia range. If we do, you already know the deal. We will go to Asia lows in the previous daily low. So that's your level to monitor up there. And then after that, you can look at your daily S1. So currently tilted towards the downside with that bearish engulfing daily. But I would definitely say once you start breaking the previous daily low, this thing can flush, but keep Asia highs on lock here. Gold bars, Miles? No?
Definitely not.
Ready?
No.
Chris, why did you stop trading the DAX? I've never traded the DAX much in recent years. I got absolutely murdered by the DAX many years ago. Made a lot of money and then absolutely I got rinsed.
Okay, Chad, 2 minutes. If we can get a close somewhat like this on GJ, this is not financial advice, but I will be going long. If price can close above 189,420, some guys get excited when they hear the number. Close above that level, and then next candle, grab liquidity and start driving.
Yeah, it was here where I got absolutely rinsed. This head and shoulders formation, I'll never forget it. Everyone was like, oh, DAX, multi-week head and shoulders. This head and shoulders actually worked. Yeah, got absolutely mutilated.
Shot Jordan. What is that outside? Another 3-second trade. That'll be great.
I wouldn't mind not going long on gold.
To be fair on gold, if this thing had a bottom wick and this wick was shorter, it would have been type 5 territory on the 30 minute.
Now we're going with GJ.
Here's my thing here, boys.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, don't show them the chart. Just keep that black screen there. Let me just give Miles the full screen. Yeah.
Chad, I'm so sorry. My bad, boys. Right. Closure like this. Next candle to break highs. Entry 189,537. Needs a bottom wick first. 30 pip stop, 10 pip gain. Got that bottom wick. So I'm looking for the entry 189,537. Let's see.
You want to see a bottom wick first, or will you take it off the rip? Yeah.
This nipple, I think I'm good with this nipple.
Really?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
But obviously the deeper it can go, the better. So the deeper it can retrace, the better. But for me right now, once it starts breaking that previous high, I'm fine with that.
All right. The only thing I wouldn't say that's holding me back, Chad. It's just 189.50. But what you can argue then is that once we start breaking, we're gonna break through 189.50, and then later it will become a retest level. but it's just at 189.50. I think it's a goodie. I think there's a lot of.
I'm just going ahead and putting buy stops now that we're retracing further back, which is better. The more I retrace, the better. So now I'm dropping some buy stops, 189.537. Please, this is not financial advice, purely just education.
Is this education?
And yeah, let's be entertained. This is definitely education. Definitely education. Okay, orders is placed. Let's wait.
Nas Longs, Chris Jexy, Nas Longs. I'm gonna say we have to get above this zone, Jex. Then I would be very comfortable. The only reason I say that is because if you consider this is technically a little consolidation. So currently what we're doing, if you look at price, we consolidate and we consolidate and then we break lower. So we are going from consolidation to consolidation, and then once we get in here, that gives us a little bit of an advantage point to say price can potentially move up here, and then from there either continue up or reject there. So I'm going to say this zone, Jex. I would need to see some closures outside of that zone. Same with US 30. You can clearly see US 30 is also creating some type of consolidation here.
GJ for me, if it actually drives, you know what, I can actually see it come back to that 190 level. But close to entry. Let's see.
Do you always put your buy stop like a couple of pips above the eye?
Yeah, 2 pips.
Okay.
Okay, that's me activated on GJ longs right now. Buy stops has been activated. I repeat, buy stops has been activated. This is not financial advice. This is purely my trade based on my strategy, the MFX way. Let's see what happens.
Chris, think your next YouTube short should be how to find the like button on YouTube, because people make it seem like that. Hey, man.
Can we do that? Make it real about it. It's just something like funny about it. Like we make it this move. So like, what was that game as a kid? A mate of mine, actually a couple of our mates had this game on the PlayStation 2. But then, Buzz. I think it's called Buzz.
Yeah.
And then you get that like, what's this?
Chad, I don't think people do it purposefully. I think it's just the case of you. It's out of sight, out of mind. So I think that's why YouTubers and content creators, like, you have to remind people to say, hey, hit that like button, because everyone's different. Some guys are sitting, they've got say on the one side they're listening to the stream, on the other side they're busy with work. Someone else may even be in a manual labor job where they literally just listen to the stream. and their phone is maybe in their pocket. So I think there's a lot of variables to consider when you think about liking the stream.
Does anybody remember this? Buzz. I think this is what the chat needs. This Knoppy, you get this remote, and then you press that red button. Does anybody remember
I
this?
don't remember that.
My mates had this thing. This was lekker.
Buzz.
Yeah. Buzz.
Buzz Aldrin.
$30 close coming up as well. As long as the 30 closes above the level for me, I'm quite chilled with that. Yo, George, throwback, dude. Throwback.
This guy just say, hey, you're a soti. That's what it sounded like. Jaxie, if we look at Nasdaq now, if this 15 can close outside here, then the bars look decent. GJ, there's your 189.50. I think that's quite a key level to hold above. Looking at the 30. 30 is going to give you more or less the same idea. There's that 189 on the 30. So I'm going to say 189.50 key level for the 30 to hold. But I think as a minimum, 189.80 could be reached, and then 190, that daily S1. Also USD news at 3:30. Yeah, I agree. Decent until Asia highs. Then we have to see. Yes. Only thing that's relatively concerning is that Asia, Nikkei and the Hang Seng getting absolutely crushed overnight. FTSE also currently down 0.2. The All Share Index in South Africa down 0.6%. DAX also now crumbling back into the Asia range. So there is a little bit of a risk-off tone to the market. I think that's why you're seeing gold running as well. So it's odd that the dollar's under pressure, but I think it's more to do with dollar weakness, not necessarily trading off current geopolitical aspects. Koop my bot. Chad, yes, the like button is actually, I think, bottom left. If you guys can do us a massive favor, just smash that like button. Don't hold back on it. That is absolutely gonna increase the level of productivity here today. Yo, this thing is up and down. Sorry, man. I'm gonna.
Yeah, do it. I was about to say, let's get some penguins again. It's also obviously the lights in the office as well.
Yeah, but it's just that. Yo, listen to that thing.
That's a diesel 1.9 TDI with a downpipe. That turbo is spooling 6 love right now. Okay, boys, we got closure in the next 4 minutes. Like I said, as long as the 30-minute close is above the resistance, we're styling. Not too phased about that.
Chris, I have a support zone at 22,100. Is not safer to wait for that to be broken on NAS? Yes, that if you look at it, sorry, I'll just quickly throw to the right there.
Got you.
Beautiful. So the guys can see the TPs being hit. No, I agree. 50 cal, like I said, if you look at this zone, I'm marking out this entire little zone here. So that's why I'm saying if we close outside of that zone, I think that's going to be positive. So this for me is not enough, but if we close back inside, there could be a very, very nice move to the upside. Yeah, it's just with gold and everything else, it is relatively tricky. But back to Miles here on GJ. GU also just running away. Not interested in those buys. It's not a setup that I like. So obviously, looking at Euro and looking at GU, the pound stronger one this morning. Euro getting a little bit clapped here by, so pound leader. If we look at Euro GBP, we can clearly see that the Euro is weaker than the pound. So if you didn't know, now you know.
Yo, what was that? Like a nipple. It's a nipple. Right, boys. TP1 smacked. Beautiful stuff. Lovely. MFX way. Lovely stuff. 10 is 10. Light work, boys. Light work. Can we get some W's in that chat? Let me drop this on IG actually. Just wait for it. Let me just get my phone ready. Right, you guys can drop those W's in the chat. Let's see those W's for the beautiful GJ Long's Court live on stream with the guys. Let's go. Mr. Dix in studio.
I'm going for 20.
Lovely.
25.
Sheesh.
25. I'm going for 25. I'm going for 25.
Easy stuff, boys. Easy stuff.
All right, Chad, now that Miles has left the building there for us full purpose.
Full peeper.
I got slipped, unfortunately, a little bit.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Now, remember I said I like the idea. And the fact I said if we start breaking above here, you've got the idea. You've got the idea that we can continue. So, Chad, what I'm looking at is what I've currently done is I've literally just moved my stop in behind this 30. Because technically, if we are going to continue bullish, we shouldn't break these lows here. Because we should be holding above 189.50. So my stop is literally just tucked in behind.
Tucking. Jordan, I'm full out at 10, brother. You know me. 10 pip gang. 10 is 10. I'm out.
So stop is there. 30 is going to close firmly bullish. So the 30 is exactly the same setup. There's that level we spoke about on the left-hand side. So holding above it. And what I want to see then is I've got my TP literally set here. Just looking at the ranges, technically we should trade inside of this range now. All right, so that's my idea. What I will do now is once this 30 starts breaking that high, I will then move my stop in behind this current 30. And just try and trail it up as we go. Try and give it as much as possible here. So let's see.
Go Chris, Steven, Gerard.
Chris, would you have, until I was actually thinking about it on my drive home, and it was not good trade management. The reason I say that is there's been, I think, 2 or 3 occasions on the stream where I entered a trade, for instance, on the 15 minute and I manage it on the 5, which is not right. I think, I don't want to say it was jitters yesterday from not trading at all this week. I think it was a little over management from my side, because if you consider it, we entered off the 15-minute idea of the break of these lows here, and I was now jumping to the 5-minute while this 15 was open. So the 15 never gave me any idea to potentially close the trade. So did we get a 1-to-1? Yeah, we got a 1-to-1. So for me, that was not good trade management, not at all. I'm going to be very honest. I'm not the one, the guy that will hide a mistake or try and make something that's wrong or right. That was not great trade management. That was over managing the trade, dropping to a 5-minute. The trade idea was based off the 15 minutes. So no, I would do definitely differently. Like I mentioned, GJ, I want to see what we do at this session high. If we can break it, 189.50 is still relatively untested, so you could see this 30-minute actually pulling down, tapping into 189.50 and then pushing up. But in all essence, now that we closed inside of this range, we could go higher. Otherwise, what you could also see is a deeper pullback into even your daily S2 Asia lows and then continuing higher. But we're trading off this 189.50, the idea that we can give it a little bit more. GU also running here, like I mentioned, GU being the stronger one here. Euro USD currently at Asia highs. Euro JPY also at Asia lows currently, so we'll see what we do on the pound.
Right. Hey, is that Talia Fernandez? Hey. Long time.
Morning chat, what's happening with NAS? They not looking good for swing. No. They are not at all looking good for swing traders. It's setting up for a breakout to see. We spoke about it on the daily. It is compressing. I think we had it. Yeah, we also had some type of compressing price action here. Then the last time I saw something like that, I think was close to, where was this? It was also close to all-time highs. Just want to check where we also went into this multi-week consolidation. 2018. We actually did something very similar. If you look here, we started compressing into, I don't even want to call it a wedge, but it is like some type of wedge structure. So the range got tighter, and then eventually we broke out. Chad, currently US 30, US 30. GJ, close to that previous 15 low. Let's check it out. There we go. If we start breaking below here, what you're going to see is a deeper pullback. We need to hold above that zone, because also if you refine the zone, you'll see that that is your resistance area. So if this is going to be a test to continue, it's going to hold above here. Otherwise, this was just a pullback for us to continue lower. Currently not holding above the 189.50. There you can see a minor break of structure there. So we will see what we get here. Gold 29.55. I do not like how gold is setting up here.
Same.
It could be one of those days where it's close your eyes and buy it, and you go for it. But personally,
If gold had a larger bottom wick, nah, this would be type 5 territory.
yeah,
Break of the previous 15 high can
but
long.
so this 30 no bottom wick, previous 30 no bottom wick.
bottom wick, yeah.
Nasdaq currently breaking back above that range, so in all technicality we could go up here. US 30 I believe is still below Asia lows. Yeah, there we go. US 30 would need to get above that zone. Let me just check where we are on the screen. Yeah, so there's your previous little breakout area, currently rejecting there. Nasdaq looking like it wants to move up, so we could move up in that range. Gold, no. GU, like I said, I don't necessarily like the buys, especially this consolidation at the daily pivot. Dollar index finding some support at daily S1. GJ looking like it wants to hold there. Big thing here on the 30 is if this was the 30 bottom wick, we would want to see this 30 now starting to drive up. This is that little breakout zone. Otherwise, this becomes a fake out back into the range, all right? This is even valid on the 30 minute, if you think about it. There was your last minor break of structure. We failed to continue lower. We started breaking back inside of this range. So once this flips bullish and it re-breaks these highs here, you could go into your daily S1, and then ultimately there is that zone here. I want to go break even on this once this 30 flips back bullish and breaks that session high. $89.80. US 30 is all-time sell, I think. Guys, do you have a recorded video lesson for your strategy? If so, how do I access them? Just join the streams. Join the streams on a daily basis. All All right, chat. That is me out of the trade. Minus 10. Breaking those lows. Can still be bullish. Can still be bullish. Going for a little bit of an extended target. Trade was up about 12 pips. Going for that range. 30 minute creating a deeper pullback. This 30 can still flip bullish and push. But currently at that 189.50. Re-entry potential if we hold above 189.50. Otherwise, like I mentioned, if this closes back below Asia lows, we are going to go lower. GU currently at the session highs. Not looking for buys on this. And then gold as well, only below previous daily high. Previous daily high in R1. But up here, it could get spicy. I just want to see how we actually reacted on this day here. Just go here, 15. Go to the 15. Hourly, what? What was the date here?
Okay. When you're done there, I just want to show you guys something for those that's still looking for some marshmallows to fry on the what? On the fire. 15 engulfing closure back beneath the level. You are bearish on your 30-minute time frame. Nothing has changed as of yet. Once price starts to close beneath the level, this is then seen as a liquidity grab at your round number 600. So this level here. So if price can close beneath the level, this in my way of trading is a type 2. You're going to wait for price to close beneath, retest, grab liquidity, the break of the low, price to then drive down. And essentially all you are doing is range trading. Here's your range high, there's your range low, you trade from high to low. Now, as I hopped onto stream, this was classified as a no trade range. But that's because we didn't have the data that we do now. Price has broken out. We're possibly going to see price close beneath. And that then changes the idea because you're overall bearish. So now if price closes back beneath, price can then short down. So my idea would be that as price closes now on the 15-minute time frame, even if you have to wait for the 30, that's fine. But as price then closes back into the range, the idea would then be for price to hold that area and then short down to your current daily low. Okay. So that would be the idea there. Obviously, I've already won my first trade of the day, so I won't take another trade. You guys know how. Oopsie. Chris, I just check that. Price tab. I think I moved it too far now.
A little bit right, a little bit right, a little bit more. Perfect.
Quite lapis. So I won't take another trade, but the idea would be that if this candle can close like this. Hold on. Just so you guys can understand. Okay, well, it did it anyway. Right? So this would be the idea that price is now closed beneath. All you want to see now, you have the candle. You want this candle to pull back. And as it breaks lows, it is then time to short. But because it's closed strong Maribozu in that area, I need a bit more of a pullback like that. And then if I was going to take the trade, I would then pop in a sell stop there. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is just what I would do. I'll then pop in a sell stop over there with the idea that now if this candle flips, I have my stop above the area of resistance for price to then drop down to that 10 pip area. So this would be the idea. Sorry that, Tevin, I'm throwing into Zoom now. This would be the idea if I hadn't taken a position already.
Chad, quickly, I just want to show you guys quickly here. I'll go split screen here. this was gold. After that, basically bearish close, little to no bottom wick on the daily. Quickly look at this. 9 o'clock, it just started running, paused round about 11:15, then just continued higher for the rest of the day. So that is what I'm saying here with gold, is that there is that outside potential where we can just continuously break higher. So do not, again, we don't give financial advice, but do not get caught into trying to sell these highs. Yesterday we were clear with the idea of potential shorts below here. We also discussed this range here, where I said that could be the consolidation before you get your next leg down. But again, gold is rough. It can give you pullbacks, but if you're gonna try and catch a top, you could get it. So that's the idea I've got, that gold can potentially keep on churning higher today. GU currently rejecting these highs, 12600. GJ now closing back inside 189.50. Daily S2 sitting there. And if we start getting below Asia lows, daily S2, where can we go to next? Daily S3. But first up would be 189. All right. US 30, let's check it. Yeah, US 30 is still in the range. When did US 30 break out yesterday? It's around about 12 o'clock. That breakout came yesterday on US 30. Nasdaq, when did the breakout come? Yeah, 11:45, 12 o'clock. At that breakout there. Below this level, I do think the shorts can become alive here. But while we're in this little range, I would say don't try too much. $30 minutes.
Let's run to the bathroom.
Is every candle a range? Technically, every candle is a range if you drop it down. Let's say, for instance, GU. That 15-minute candle you see there, that opened up at 10:30. If I go to a 1 minute, there's 15 1-minute candles. So technically that 15-minute candle, that was the high there of it, and that was the low there. So you can argue that the candle is a range. How do we confirm a range? 2 candles in the same direction, for me, confirms a confirmed support or resistance. So for instance, this single candle for me does not confirm a resistance as of yet, because it's one single candle. If I get 2 consecutive candles, that confirms that there's some sellers at that level. Otherwise, if it's just one candle, that could just be a pause to continue higher. Do you think one day the regulators will recognize that just saying this is not financial advice and then continue to give just doesn't make any sense? Sam Shaw, the issue is you've got financial advisors running around that just because they do things according to what the regulators want, they can still give bad advice. And I think you need to first clean up that the actual financial advisors that are in the field, that they are actually professionals in what they do and not salesmen. While you've got that going on, it's going to be very tough to try and say this is the standard you need to follow. Because if you think about it, a financial advisor goes through, unless you're a CFP, a certified financial planner, the standard financial advisor does it through trainings. He does a little course on tax, on financial needs, all of that. But he's not a specialist. He's purely just following something according to a book. And now when it comes to investment choices, putting you into a certain fund, you're letting somebody make a decision for you based on your finances on what he feels. And even though you've got your record of advice stating why you selected certain funds and this index fund beat that, he doesn't really have any market experience for the most part. Chris, I need a website for my business. If you want to learn the grubber kick, trust Mandiza if Toy want to learn how to trade the Asia range. GU can literally fly a kite this week. Yeah, no, GU was... Nas bumping and grinding, yeah. Meanwhile, I am a... Really, Dylan? Crazy, man. If you think about it, Dylan, and I think most financial advisors would agree that it's all good and well. You do a financial plan for your client, you do a budget, but when it comes to fund selection, you literally go on what your BC or your investment advisor, the guy that's trying to push his investment, will tell you, oh, this dollar-linked fund is doing so well, but they get a mandate again from their company to try and push a product. Like this 5-year endowment or this tranche is doing very well and it's got this and this. So there's always an agenda if you think back to it. When they do their investment roadshows, they're going to punt you what they want to sell.
With GJ, in the next 5 minutes, if it doesn't close, if this idea doesn't pull through, then it's not one that I would take. And if the 30 actually holds for something like this could also be seen as a retest then. So then all you want the next candle to do is pretty much give a bottom wick. And as it breaks the high, you can throw a type 5. My only thing is it needs to close bearish. It can't close bullish. So there's two options there. It's either this option pulls through and you can short it, but I don't think that's going to happen because the candle is driving. Actually, wouldn't want this. I'm actually going to chalk that idea. So the idea is now, if you can get candle to close back beneath here, the idea would be then for price to short. This will then be seen as price grab liquidity for price to then continue within the range. However, if the candle is going to close like somewhat like this is a good example. Bearish like that, your next candle to then do something like this. We have price open up, give it a little bit of a nipple wick. It does not need to come all the way down. It can, but it doesn't need to. And then once it breaks, not this candle, but the previous candle there, the idea would then be for price to continue longing to the highs in continuation with that type 3 start and pulling out, because this was a type 3 that we took, just by the way, for price to then continue pushing up to the upside, obviously. So either way, GJ is pretty much like, you know, when you're trying to trace a scalping in the kraal, it's like that now. It's either or. You ever chase a goat before? It's easy.
I haven't even. If you give it a fright,
Yeah. So when I was in Ghana, we would wake up and there'd obviously be like goats literally everywhere. So it'd be like, what do you call like a gang of goats? A gang of goats or is it a herd of goats?
I think it's a gang.
A gang
somebody,
of goats?
Somebody said a gang of goats.
So anyways, so a gang of goats would be outside our little rondavel. Wake up, go outside. Easy way to just get them. Just give them a wah. And they all just fall over. So it's legend. I love seeing it.
Dylan, with who are you? Are you a tied agent or independent? I have to be honest, out of all the systems, I have to say that Discovery's financial advisor zone is the best I've seen. Their smart advice app is honestly the best I've seen. Gang of goats.
Go.
A murder of crows. No, man.
No
Can't
ways.
be
No
a murder
ways.
of crows.
No.
Are you checking it now?
I
Wait,
have
let
to.
me just put it on my screen.
Oh, it's a movie.
Old Mutual. Oh, no, Old Mutual. Not bad, but the
Oh my word,
system,
it actually is.
a murder of
It
crows.
is. That is mal.
That legacy system, I don't know if you guys, I think they were, last time I saw they were busy updating it. They were going for something new. GJ, what are you doing here?
I like that type 5 idea, but candle needs to close bearish.
Yeah, it's technically an inside candle holding 189.50, holding that breakout zone, holding this minor area here. The 15 is unlucky there with the stops, literally getting stopped, and idea was there. GU. No. Chad Gold. Let's not talk about the Old Mutual financial advisors. I lost on every single investment they steered me towards. Jared, that's not good. Remember, Jared, they're also going for the ones that there's some benefits on some of them for them.
Oh, Chris, I like this.
What's that?
I like this.
Oh, if it closes bearish like
Yeah,
this.
dude. 5 seconds, Chad.
30. Okay, shows what to
There
do.
we go. Bottom wick. And then some bar stops.
Break of the eyes.
Break of the eyes.
Dylan, what is your favorite fund?
Just let know. I want to mention again, I've already taken my first trade. My rules is if I've won my first trade, I'm done for the day. So this is purely just education. Not that the first trade was anything other than education, but so yeah, what I would have done is it would have been buy stops 189, 678, 30 pip stop loss, 10 pip gain. This is, look, it's a type 3 because it's a reversal, but the play idea is type 5. And once it breaks not the previous high, but that high there, it should just rip. Ripper.
Jared, interestingly, in what funds that they put you in? That's what I want to know. From the sounds of it, it must be like some type of SA property index type fund. I don't know. Because those SA property funds got absolutely humiliated.
Short for that sub, my brother. While you're here, let's hit that like button as well. So I would have been triggered in on this trade. This is your type 5. This is your mentor speaking. How are we doing on those likes?
A fund that I'm gonna quickly get it.
120. Guys, surely we can do 150 likes. I'm sure we can.
150, definitely.
Yeah,
I
at
believe.
least, bro.
I believe in the chat. I believe in the chat.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I'm gonna get the funds here. Jared, a fund that I liked was the Discovery Global Equity Feeder Fund. Just want to quickly find it here.
Miles, what's your favorite type to enter? I'm thinking more like slim thick. Kidding. Kidding. It's probably, at the moment it's type 4, type 5. Definitely type 4, type 5. I also enjoy. Bro, I like them all. My least favorite, but that's just due to statistics, is type 1. Because I'm not a breakout trader. So that's a bit more aggressive. Type 1 is your breakout play. But all of them. But type 4 is the easiest. Type 4 is a very easy entry criteria. Miles, bro, I'm telling you, I need to get away from Ed.
Where is... I can't find it. I think it's because 91 is managing that fund. I'm not seeing it. You've got the Japan. There was the London one. But all of the equity feeder funds, they do very well. Discovery's balance fund, let's check it out quickly. Their balance fund did also really well. Yeah, I don't know why you would put somebody in like some type of property or keep it simple.
Do you guys send signals in the Discord? No. None of us do signals.
We only do smoke signals every now and again.
Chris, I'm here. Shh.
We would take the VAP and we'll pull on it and we'll send a little smoke signal.
Choef.com. Koop my choef.
Choeferag.
Technically, nobody in SA should be sending signals.
You can. We can actually. We are on a rep register. But I'm still, it doesn't make sense. Like you just give disclaimers. I don't know.
This has been my issue with signals all my life. My thing is this: if I'm trying to help someone get to the point of understanding what trading is, how is it going to help them if I just say buy at da 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 da? You know what I mean? That's why this live trading thing for me is brilliant, because you see the mindset, you see the person's thoughts before, during, and after. You see their emotions, you see the psychology, you understand their idea. Compared to signals, just some random dude saying buy at a price point, you know?
Gareth, kindly note that we will never, Chad, please, we will never contact you. Unless you're a friend, but we're not gonna say, hey, how's your trading going? Have you seen this investment scheme, this, that? My Instagram is verified. Keegan's Instagram is verified. I think Miles, have you verified
I haven't. I should, eh?
Okay, so
Let's do that. Let me do that today, boys.
please, Chad, we're not gonna reach out to you.
Miles, negative. Are you saying -3 1R? I don't think this is for someone that's looking for footballs with trading. I totally disagree, my brother. Whether you have money or don't have money, your way of risk management should be the same. My risk plan didn't change now because I have money. When I didn't have money, it was still the same thing, -RR. This is what made me get money. Definitely won't make sense, because that means, let's say if I have R1,000,000 right now and I have 10 grand a couple years ago. Let's just say that's the example. Why would I want to lose R1,000,000 now because I have money? Makes zero sense. So I definitely disagree with that, my brother.
No. If you fall for it, then please, guys. Please. No. We'll never message you. We will never ask you for money. We will never send you a Bitcoin wallet address, whatever these guys are up to. And I think by now you guys should know. We've told you guys how it goes. The first thing, I even had one of those impersonators chatting to me. Dude, he reached out to me and he was like, hey, how is your trading going? I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, we will only give. We won't ask.
I think that same Chris messaged, well, he messaged me as well in the same week. He messaged my brother as well.
The fake account.
The fake account, yeah. My brother's like, why is
Bro, I was
Chris
at
messaging me?
I was at a wedding, and one of the family members that doesn't live in Port Elizabeth, she walks up to me, and she's like, "Hey, Chris, this and this," and she's like, "Yeah, how's things? We've been chatting quite lack on Instagram." And I'm like, "What do you?"
Your wife's like, what?
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, regarding the trading. And I'm like, please don't, just show me the profile. And I'm like, that's not my profile.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
like, here's my profile. She's like, what?
I thought we had something going on.
You guys see the bald eagle is in the heat of it for a scammer on his behalf, apparently. No way. What is happening? So Chris, no man, guys, please. Honestly, if you fall for those type of schemes in this day and age, you honestly need to reconsider a lot of things.
Yep.
You never send. I've given you guys the breakdown. You never send money to somebody that's unregistered. You never deposit money with any institution that is not a registered financial services provider. And you especially don't send people money over an Instagram message or a no. Bro, would you ever send somebody over the internet money? I wouldn't. No.
Definitely not. Miles, I disagree with the newbie trading with 3,000 Rand. Won't be able to rent trading like that. What? So you telling me if someone has 3,000 Rand, if they have positive aura, they can now rent a joint? That don't make any sense to me. Personally, if you're trading 3K expecting that to become millions, I think you're wasting your own time.
Rydal is exploding. Just the Rydal is charring the Owens. Nas looking relatively decent here, Chad. Just gonna go split screen here. Like we mentioned, Nas, if not a straight line though, a little bit of a pause there, but there's that next range. US 30, oh, US 30 is fighting here. Dollar index currently in a little bit of no man's land. Still overall bearish for the day so far. Gold stalling a bit here, 29.55. GU also looking like it wants to form some type of resistance here. GJ also doing something weird here. The 30-minute breaking the high, now flipping back bearish. Yeah, this could be some type of resistance being formed here for price to pull back into this zone and then from there start making its way back up. I would say this trade was based off the 30. Still above 189.50, so let's check it. Yeah.
You can do damage with the 3K by compounding it with the correct mindset if I... Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I have to go pee quick.
This strategy made me profitable. This strategy made me profitable. Just to let you know that. And yeah, that's why I trade this strategy, because this strategy is all about compounding. So the why I do 10 is because it compounds. Compounding. And you see it every day. Every day, the same thing. My come up was big on because I was able to compound. If you followed my journey over the years, I think Carl can see it as well, because he was one of my first students. You'll see how I've compounded over the years to where I am now. Not to say I'm far, but you'll understand. So that's what this, the way of compounding and the way I do my 10 is 10 method, that's what got me to my 6-figure trading standpoint. Maybe, but I don't think I would have gotten to this point if I had done long-term RR, personally. Again, nothing wrong with it. But for me personally, yeah, it just makes more sense to do. For me, it makes more sense to do what I do. Miles, UND got me to trading. I'm glad, brother. Yo, Neo, like to be honest with you, I don't follow any other traders besides Ed, Chris, Keegan, Carl, Jordan, like people I know. I don't follow any of the gurus, but you know, like every now and again you would like see it like pop up into your feed or whatever. I don't even see that anymore. I don't even see that anymore actually. The last time I saw was one of the guys screaming at Rocco Mamas. That's the last thing I saw. And that was like a hot minute. Like that was a while ago. Yo, a Rocco Mama's burger wouldn't be bad. Bro, I love it. I love Rydell. I love to see it. Like Rydell stunting on these guys. I love it.
Chad, talking on strategies. I don't think I've ever shared this with you guys, but we've spoken about. No, it's a song. It's not a phone.
I was like, what?
We've spoken about the daily, and we've spoken about that entry sheet, and I tested this. I back tested this over a 3-year period, where all I did was, if a daily candle was bearish, all I do is just purely out of probability, I take what the previous day was and I go with that direction. So not even looking at structure, not even looking at anything else. So based off the candle close, if it closes bearish, I open up a sell on that candle close, and you can have a stop above there, even though it's big, and then basically target a 1-to-1. Not, again, this is literally so mechanical, and you can go and back test it just to show you that there's no right or wrong. Then let's say this candle closes bearish again. I wait for the 11 o'clock close. As soon as it closes, or just before the close, I execute again, going for a 1-to-1 based on that daily range. Up until the day I take a loss on the daily candle closure being something else. And then you'll see that even with a strategy like this, just using the previous daily candle close, you can still be profitable. Now, some would argue, oh, Chris, I can't have a stop 150 pips. But again, if we're talking about RR, 1 is 1. Even if your stop is 180 and your target is 180, that is a 1-to-1. So your risk is built into that. So there is literally no right or wrong in trading. It's finding that edge. But you can go and test that. And yeah, we actually tested it on a strategy tester, and it came out profitable.
Is that Nokia ringtone?
Usually if you're close to a radio, then it would start.
That used to happen when I used to leave my phone by the TV back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, get your phone away there from the
And
TV.
you know, someone's coming to phone me. Bro, my ears is choked.
And then also for beginner traders, I would say trade higher time frames, because it gives you more room to establish whether you're right or wrong. And also, if you start looking at higher time frames, dailies and weeklies, the opportunity to be right is much higher than looking on lower time frames. Yes. Steve Jacobs. People don't teach that part enough. What part is that? Diamonds, 50 pips. Oh yeah. What if you trade, let's say Nasdaq. Let's take Nasdaq for instance here. Let's say this is a 1 minute chart. And you trade, let's say the same way we trade the ranges. Let's say you trade it on a 1 minute. And you've got a bullish engulfing there. And now your stop is 5 points, 4 points. And you are targeting, let's say that session high there for 5 points. That's a 1.25 risk to reward. Now, if I place my risk according to 4 points, and let's say I'm risking $1,000 per trade, even though it's 4 points, I'm losing $1,000 if this thing goes against me. I'm losing $1,000 there. It sounds great, a 4 point stop, but ultimately it's still a 1 hour risk. Are we looking for a potential sell at Mr. Ram? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And I say that because yeah, we haven't really shifted. We haven't shifted at all. If I just put everything off here, I think we can agree that this is still very much bullish. And yeah, look, you can't throw away the fact that if we close below here, that we could go short to come and retest this area. But for me, gold, yeah, no. GU. One to talk to, or you only need to be right. Yes. But how are you going to feel 67% of the time when you're wrong? So as much as your P&L could be positive, how are you going to feel being a loser 70% of the time? That's one of the offsets. Nas fighting. Jexy, looking at Nas here, 30 still open. Like I said, this is the zone to monitor. So if the 30 can close above there, 15 can hold above here, we can get that move. But yeah, Jakes, I want to say this zone, yeah. I would say if we close weak bearish here, you could give it, say, another 15-minute candle to see if that 15 can try and break through there. Because it's not necessarily a rejection to just continue down, but if we start if the next 15 opens up with the top wick first, fails up here, then starts breaking lower, then very likely will come back into this range. And then US 30, all right, US 30 now breaking above there. GJ also now consolidating here. How did the 30
why was so
30 is
sad?
closing.
I'm really losing. Hey, you are winning in my eyes, bro. Hey, the green Power Ranger. What's that? Which Power Ranger are you in?
Joe, hopefully today the sign up form will be live, so I will let you guys know. Lennon Knight, you are from Clint's hands. Hey, I'm already a loser, 70% of might as well make some money too. I trade 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. To increase my win rate, I only trade high setups. And being a scalper, I have the opportunity to catch these numbers setups weekly. Yeah, bro, that's the big thing. Is not necessarily the percentage. If you can protect your mental capital, once you protect your mental capital, and I think Miles and anyone else can tell you that as important as the money is, protecting your own psychology is just as important.
You can have 100% win rate. You can have the best strategy on earth, but if you don't have the mental capacity to learn, not learn, but to implement proper risk, it's gone.
It's gonna eat you somewhere.
Yeah.
Jexy, currently, let's see. 1 minute, not looking bad here for Naz. US 30 now starting to make its way up.
The purpose of dude, 100%. There's two things that I mention all the time. First one, you have two jobs as a trader. The first one is to manage your risk. That's your first job. The second job is probably the biggest one that people don't do, is take profit. Too many people want the biggest returns. No, I need to get that. Bro, you need to take the money off the table. That's what you need to do. You need to take profit.
I think we don't realize what scalping is up until, have you watched the stock traders, how they trade?
Oh, they mull, dude.
Dude, it's
They
like
are
in a
mull.
span of 10 minutes, there's like 50 trades
Yeah.
going on. It's like taking off here, adding, boom,
Yeah, dude.
adding, moving stops, tight.
It's crazy.
Waiting on that retracement on G to engage those longs. Yeah, look, if it holds above 12600, but dollar index currently holding the daily S1. I think that's why you'll see Euro rejecting Asia highs. So I think pound is a little out of its place here. All right, gold closing at that support, not fully testing 29.55. If you want to argue that is a minor structure break to the downside, you could. And this could go to 29.50. But gold shorts scare me. Chris, why don't you use the VWAP and ES? Jex, I don't think really the VWAP on TradingView is accurate. I don't know where they're getting their volume from, so that's why I think Bookmap can give us more info. So if I have to add VWAP on here, volume weighted average price, let's say for instance, Oh shit, wait, let me just delete this. Just tank that. Okay, let's say there's VWAP. So what volume are they using? We don't know. We don't know where the source. And in all honesty, you can even use the 200 EMA. I want to say is almost better than the VWAP. The 200 EMA is almost better than the VWAP. If there's one indicator that I would say has got value, but I think they've now basically pushed it out. I think because it's so popular, you have to have the premium plan. Miles, I'm just gonna throw on your screen. Bro, why did they put it to the premium plan? Tell them the premium plan is $1,000 a month.
Miles, you forgot the third job, not wanting to make $1 million a week on a two. Yeah, brother. I don't know. Look, but I don't blame anybody because I had that same mindset as well. Look, I've been trading for 8 years now. My first year was, my mind was different. So it's all part of the process. My thing is just this. No matter where you are, no matter what industry you're in, you need to stay humble, number one, and always be a student. You need to be a student to the market at all times. Even if you have, like me for example, I have a strategy that is 87% win rate proven live every single day, right? But I'm always, not that I'm going to change my strat, but I'm always with the mindset that I can adapt to better. I can adapt to something different. I can adapt. You just have to be a student, man. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight.
Brian, are you talking about delta in terms of delta price, or are you thinking delta and the volume? But you think they're getting it from CME? Because where are they getting that delta from? Okay, chat. So they've changed the volume profile now. You need to pay 4,000 Rand a month for it. And it was always.
How much was it?
No, it was usually in the basic plan.
Hey.
I think they saw how popular it was.
There's something I wanted to say.
Jonathan, if you're a temper, you can get that every day.
There's something important I felt like I wanted to mention to you guys, but I completely forgot. And I feel like it was a great topic just to chat about quickly. But then I heard VWAP, and I thought of Millirock.
Okay, that would make sense. Jex, we'll see. We might have a virtual desktop with Bookmap on it, streaming for Project G members. But we also want to implement it on the streams as well. So, actually, I had a chat with the Bookmap guys earlier in the week.
Not possible consumer. Okay, I'm not sure what I need to say. Not sure what that's about, Jonathan, but 100%. There is no 100% win rate in the world.
Right.
I don't know why people think that. My main thing is compounding. And I've spoken about this so many times, but you guys make me say it over and over and over again. Let's do the example. Nah, we take 10 trades. My win rate is 80%, which means of that 10 trades, I'm going to get 80 pips. I lose 2, 30, 30, that's 60. I'm down 60. I'm always going to be profitable because I'll be 20 pips up. That's the most basic way I can explain it. I feel like I've went into more depth, but I'm not going to do it again, guys. In any way, in any strategy, we'll lose. Chris, I think I am ready to call it a sesh, my dude. I got a jet. We put GJ in a lovely chokehold today, ripping his head off with a stunning 10 bags, compounding again and again and again.
Right, we can. I just want to show the guys here quickly. So it's a 1 minute chart. So you're literally seeing the chart. There's a way to get the candles over. That is some of the stuff that I need to do. So while the candle is forming.
Mayday is free day. Yeah, bro, I got a jet. Sabesha is waiting for me.
Oh, yeah, you've got a haircut. Okay.
Slap me in with a lack of fade.
Chat, sorry, I want to talk about Bookmap now. We're just going to greet Miles. Miles, thanks so much for joining. Well done on the 10 is 10, my brother.
Cheers, boys. I'll see you all. Okay, tomorrow, private session with the MFX members. MFX members, don't forget your journals tomorrow. Accountability call. Let's see it. Other than that, Chad, I'll see you guys next week, Monday. Same time, same place. Let's kill it again. Cheers, boys. Chris,
Cheers.
shot for the week, my brother.
Shot, my brother.
Blessing.
Right, Chad. So the way we can use it is if you look at the heat map here on top, that is showing where there's sell orders sitting. And a little bit higher, you can see basically on the depth of the market, there's some sell orders sitting a little bit higher there. And then you can literally see these little peaks. So that's almost what your volume profile looks like. This is actually your session volume profile. So similar to what you pay for on TradingView, it literally shows me that the peak of the volume on NASDAQ futures was slightly higher in this zone here. And then it's showing me there's quite a bit of volume where we are currently at. So if we go back, let's just shift it to the one side here. So if we go back to where we are currently at, the zone we spoke about when I was talking to Jexy, this is where the chunk, where the crux of the volume is. Let me see if I can do something. Cheers, my brother. We'll see you then Monday. Away. Let's quickly look at it this way. So if we look at NASDAQ, all right. So we could clearly see that there was a chunk of volume in this zone here. That's more or less in line with our zone. And then we can also see we are now currently also at a zone where there's quite a bit of volume. And then our next volume node is sitting down here somewhere. If I just look at it there. So now the question is, if we go to a 15-minute chart, if you go and look at it now, you'll see that these are all minor resistance areas. And all I did was I was just looking at this volume profile here. I wasn't looking at a price action even. And then if I go a little bit lower now, if you actually look at the depth of the market, this is the order book, you can see that there's more orders to the upside than to sell than to the downside. Even there with the order book imbalance there. Now starting to shift a little bit to the buy side. But this is ultimately how you could use Bookmap to see where the crux of the orders are. So for instance, that little red zone there, that is an area where there's a lot of orders sitting there. So now, how do you trade it? If you look at this little trough here, what happens when we go into a low volume zone? We start moving, pushing away. So now you can start to say, okay, if the bulk of the orders are currently sitting here, this is now currently, let's call that our point of control is sitting here. What do you think is going to happen now after all of those orders have built up and now you start getting a move to the upside? Do you think we're going to reverse after building up all those orders, or do you think we're going to continue? Brian, pop me an Instagram. I've seen the delta, but pop me a message. I would love to have a look at it. Next line of thing is getting bookmap sorted for us. It's just where we're gonna put bookmap for the stream. Are we gonna have a section? Are we gonna jump in and to from it? Are we gonna do something like this, a little split screen type style? We'll see how we do it. I don't think this is relatively bad. But you see now what I'm chatting about, Chad, is that we saw there's a lot of volume here. There's that zone. So let's actually see it play out here. We saw a lot of volume there. This is the current session volume profile. So these are currently where there's a lot of orders. And these are some of the order levels higher. There you can see a lot of sell orders coming in here, slightly above. So literally a chunk of orders sitting there. What is the price differential? So we are currently, this looks like 60 points lower. So 22,140. 22,140. All right, so there's a lot of orders sitting there. Sell orders. Oh, is it today? Okay. So now, considering there's a little low volume node, you would expect price to push through this node now. Because it will now try to jump to the next high volume node, which is sitting somewhere there. Okay, so now we're starting to move through that low volume node there. There we go. So now it's at that next volume node. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? So it will go from, say, the one peak to the next peak. So this zone where we are at now, this is now another inflection point for price, because there's also a chunk of orders sitting there. So if it starts holding now above this zone, what's going to happen then? You're actually going to get a breakaway move, because then the session volume profile, there's going to be some orders building up there. Your negative RR will not work with a 50% win rate. The difference between a 70 and 80% win rate on a negative RR strategy is massive. But you're also leaning into the idea that your win rate will be higher going for smaller targets. Some furus out there won't know what to do with bookmap. No, it's actually simple, Rooks. I think if they just apply their mind a little bit. If you understand how orders work, this is actually how candles back in the day. This is literally how guys traded. They would put in orders, it would get filled. So you'll see a lot of times, for instance, there's 26 contracts sitting there. You'll see that change. So you'll also get something that's called spoofing, where somebody would come in, they'll place massive orders there, and people will try and get onto it, or they'll try and buy it to that level, and just before it gets there, they delete their orders, and then all of a sudden it jumps back. So that's called spoofing. So you almost put like a little carrot in front of the people, and then you take it away. Or let's say, for instance, just slightly below this current level of support, they put a massive buy order, and just before price gets there, they literally delete their orders, and someone else buys, thinking they're following the money. So if you trade with reading the tape, this is called reading the tape. It's a completely different strategy to anything else. Yes. You can call it spoofing, you can call it manipulation, you can call it front running. All right, chat. So I've got a meeting at 12, but we're still going to stick around for a few more minutes. I just want to see what we do at that zone. R 3 to 1 or 5 wins equals 50 pips. 5 losses equals 100. How's that not? Yeah, but that's with wait, is that with 50%? No, but the thing is, don't look at this. Don't look at what you're seeing here. Look at this area here. This is what you should be focusing on. And then also what you see here is just represented in that area there. So you'll see where these peaks are. That's where the heat map changes. But I'm going to figure out there's a way to clean it up, to make it a little bit cleaner. Shot Brian, I'm going to have a look here. Tissy, are you saying 5 wins? Is that with a 50% win rate or 80% win rate? Okay, I'll check what you guys are saying. Okay, this is out of session. Let's check US 30 quickly. This is currently US 30. Let's see what US 30 is doing. Okay, so US 30 is currently at a point of control here. So you can see here on US 30 that this is an area. This is where the bulk of the volume is sitting. So now you can think for yourself, if we are building up orders here and there's a lot of sell orders to the upside, where would price want to gravitate towards? So using that point of control, do we expect price to move away, or do we expect price to to come down. I don't know why gold isn't loading. Let's just check I think this feed is. This is pound yen. Not a lot going on. Ooh, there NAS goes. Okay, so now, Chad, now we're moving through. We're going to a low volume zone, so this could be the breakaway. This could be that breakaway now. Because look where we are on the volume profile. We're going now into a breakaway zone. So this could now literally break through cleanly. And then we mentioned there's quite a bit of sell orders sitting just slightly above there. Alright, this should technically now move up into that zone. Let's check it out. No, 3-to-1 R. You almost need to have a 90%, 95% win rate. The 2 bars. Chris, we will set on top. There's 2 bars can drag and increase. 2 bars on top. Hanu, oh yeah. Okay. Hanu coming through here massively. Damn, honey. Beautiful. All right, Chad, look at that. There's that move now. So we're getting close to that zone where there's quite a bit of sell orders, 25 contracts sitting here. And let's check it out. So this is a breakout. Why? Quickly think about it before we start wrapping up the stream. Why do you guys think this is a breakaway zone? Because we traded from the 1 volume node down here, and now we're breaking away. Why do you guys think this is a breakaway zone? Because if you look at the session profile, there's no volume here, so volume's going to build up here. So like what we had here, where we started building nodes of volume, this is going to push into an area now where sell orders can activate, or sell orders will actually move up higher and sellers don't actually enter the market. Then you'll actually see buyers starting to step up, and that's usually when you get a runaway where sellers start deleting their orders and buyers start jumping in here. Since you mentioned, I spent all my time learning bookmap and already have scripts running on it. Hey, I know. And how does it work? Do you think you can build a strategy purely off trading the volume profile? I must, Anu. Alright, Chad, you see that? So this is where you get breakaways. This is how breakaways occur. So you can currently see there's little to no volume here. So we're getting close to that zone where sellers can come in. But there's no volume built up here as of yet. Check, boom. Ooh, there we go. Holy smokes, you see that? Oh, there we go. Okay. So now we're starting to get some order flow here. So now we're going to build up another point of control. Oh my goodness. It seems like we are going to become bookmap traders. Chad, I think this could be killer for scalping. I think throwing on a VWAP here, let's quickly see. I've got a minute meeting in literally 4 minutes. Let me just quickly check here. I think this with the VWAP is gonna... Where's indicators? Okay. I think this is gonna be lacquer with the VWAP. Yeah, look at that, Chad. Okay, this is our volume weighted. There's your VWAP. So holding above VWAP. So we could have argued that if we started breaking structure higher. Beautiful. Look at that. So now we're starting. There's that zone we talked about where the cells are. So that's also the band. Chad, exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Could be very fun gamifying the trading. Bookmap was the thing we were missing. Yes, it shows you why the orders go to level and turn. Now all the stuff we did will work much better integrating. Hey, Anu. Koop my bookmap. Alright, Chad. I unfortunately have to run. Meeting now at 12. We will see you guys at 4. I'm going to spend some time, hopefully tonight, on this. There's quite a few courses on their website, so I think some of you are already intrigued. Could really be something nice that we can incorporate. But Chad, awesome session. Peace and love, baby. We will see you guys 4 p.m. today. Cheers.